Matt Lucas and Rebel Wilson played roommates in a movie, then turned it into a reality. The Little Britain funny man, who is on tonight's Who Do You Think You Are?, was cast as the American actress' brother in the hit 2011 comedy Bridesmaids. This led people to believe they were possibly related in real life, married or even the same person. "We played roommates so well in Bridesmaids we thought, yeah, well do it for real," Rebel explained on Conan in September 2012. "Except instead of annoying Kristen Wiig, we're now annoying all the neighbors nearby. They had a great time living together, but perhaps it was too much fun as they got an anonymous letter from a neighbor which Rebel described as a little bit disturbing. Dear neighbor, I am living somewhere behind you," she read, confessing that the opening line was freaky. Get the news you want straight to your inbox. Sign up for a Mirror newsletter here. The nearby resident threatened to phone the police if they carried on making noise late at night, and they picked up on Matt's British accent. Wilson continued, "I am glad you are enjoying your new pool and hot tub, but I am trying to sleep. I can hear everything you say, even the British accents. If you continue to make noise past 10 p.m. I will call the cops. We have rules here in West Hollywood, seriously." Wilson paused to explain that "seriously" was underlined, then carried on reading, and stopped singing show tunes from Annie. "Both of you are way too old to ever be cast as child orphans. The sun will come out tomorrow, yeah, and so will the cops." The letter ended with "Welcome to the neighborhood," but the pair didn't actually see the message for a week because they didn't know where the mailbox key was. She joked, "At least we mixed it up a bit. We've been doing Oklahoma, Little Shop of Horrors, Fiddler on the Roof. The neighbors do not enjoy it." The pair ended up living together for 3 years, but surprisingly never got on each other's nerves. "We've never really fallen out over anything, not even the basics," Matt told the BBC in September 2015, explaining that she would load the dishwasher and he would unload. Matt said, "I think that we just didn't have that. It was a really interesting thing with Rebel because we met and we'd been cast as brother and sister, in 2011's Bridesmaids, and people either thought we were brother and sister, husband and wife, the same person or all three. But when we met it was like complete synchronicity. We're both very laid back and we're also quite driven professionally, and I see that in her and she sees that in me, but we're not competitive because we just enjoy each other's work." After 3 glorious years, Rebel moved out after making the decision to become a huge movie star and buy a house. However, the showbiz pals remained bosom buddies while Matt split his time between London and California. Matt added, "It means she's no longer sneezing because I think she was a bit allergic to my dogs, but we had fun and we are still bosom buddies." The pair have supported each other in public, with Rebel defending her longtime pal after his show Little Britain was pulled from Netflix over its blackface characters. Lucas and his co-star David Williams issued an apology after it was revealed the site was dropping the show, along with other streaming services including BBC iPlayer and BritBox. During an interview on Australian news programme Studio 10, the Pitch Perfect star said, "Matt Lucas' show Little Britain got pulled, which I just think is a bit crazy. They obviously played many different characters on that show." She added of Matt, "We lived together for 3 years. That's amazing. as the kindest, most decent human being ever. This week, Matt gave his support for Rebel after she came out in an Instagram post. Matt is appearing in tonight's episode of Who Do You Think You Are? And he made a remarkable discovery while traveling to Amsterdam to learn more about his German-born Jewish grandmother Margot's aunts and cousins. He finds out that one of his ancestors lodged within Frank's family and was mentioned in her world-famous diary. Emotional Matt learned that one of his ancestors, Werner Goldschmidt, Matt's grandmother's cousin, is written about in the diary of a young girl. When asked if he was surprised to discover Werner lodged with Frank's family, Matt said, "Yes, my ancestor would have known Anne Frank, the writer of one of the most important books ever written. And Werner is actually mentioned in the diary. It's the one story everyone knows. If you know no other story, that story about what happened to the Jews in World War II, you know the story of the Frank family. I read it when I was younger and never realized she was talking about a relative of mine. Do you have a story to share? Email webfeatures@trinitymirror.com.